afternoon, evening, whatever time you're watching this video. TinMan here. My customer Rob contacted me and said, I got an amp that I've had worked on 3 or 4 times. Having some issues with it. Just looking for a second opinion. So we sent it on over here to TinMan. And I'm going to go ahead and start off this video by saying I'm not bashing anybody, no builder. I commend anybody out there that's in this field to build anything. We are getting hated on by any and everybody out there. So, being said, I have a little GateKeeper. It's a little 2x4. It came to me, had 25 watts of reflect. These are the 2-center Toshibas that were in the unit. As you see, there's a bunch of gray around the bridge, and on its brother over here, you see how it's nice and gold. This transistor has been extremely hot, and this one has as well. I can't tell whether the caps have been glued on or they got so hot that it burnt the glue. A or B. I believe the original issue was this 100 ohm potentiometer. It came in, had 25 watts of reflect, and I went ahead and checked the resistance on this. It went up to 492 ohms in the max position, and then at the minimum position it went down to 54 ohms, and in between it floated. Every time you turned it, it would go from 54 to 292 until it got settled. I went ahead and took it apart and did see on the ceramic on the inside that it looks pretty burnt. I don't know what took place there, but we put a new 50 ohm in there. It had a 140 mica on the back. I replaced that with a 150 3kV. It had a 5 watt on the 5 watt 100 ohm on the back combiner. I did watch the video, and he said because the different pill sets to help the imbalance. And there's the other micas I took out, and then the resistors. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and stop this video, and we'll go on the inside of the amp, and then we'll do some testing. TinMan, I'll be back. TinMan, I'm back. Back with the Mr. Rob's GateKeeper. A little 2x4. We'll take the top off of it. I did want to go ahead and start off and saying that I'm not trying to create any type of hate again. It was sent to me on a second opinion, and we just did our normal thing to it, and found the issue, and went ahead and fixed it. I will go ahead and note that on the heatsink where these 2 transistors were, there was a little bit of epoxy on the heatsink. I went ahead and scraped that off and made sure it was nice and level so the new transistors could set level and get that full heat sink effect to it. And we'll go ahead and go on the inside. I went ahead and put a whole new set of matching Toshiba Red Dot 2879s. Same lot. I did retune it. I took out the 270 here, and then the 100. I did leave his 100 here. And I put a 3kV 150 in the back, and then I retuned it. Even after I replaced the transistors in it, I noticed if you had the variable on max, still had a little bit of reflect in it. It went to about 5 or 6 watts. So I went ahead and took all the silver micas out and tuned it out. So we'll go ahead and go here. Let me turn that off. We're going to use the 99V. We'll go ahead and turn this bad boy up just to show it's a 2 watt, 1.84, 1.85, 37 watts. And let's see, let's take out this 1000 watt, put the 5000 watt in there, and let's see, 5000 in peak. Turn on. I do have the variable all the way up. Let's look at reflect first. See how that jumped up? There you go. So what we did is we refracted the reflect. We corrected it. Now you can run your 1.5 to 2 watts into it. As you see, we're at 1.5. No reflect. No reflect. 5 watt. No reflect. That's 5 watt reflect to the radio. 25 watt to the antenna. 5000 watt bird slug going out. Audio. What's that? 1050? What's your voltage? Got some focus issues going on here. Audio. 14 volts. And I think he normally runs it at, let's see here. I think he runs it normally at 15.5. So let's bump up the voltage here. Hello. I got 15.8. 5000 peak still. Hello. 1250. That's where these boxes typically are set at. 1250 all day long. Hello. No reflect. Now, I actually recommend running this box about halfway. Reason why I say that, we're in peak. About 100 watt dead key. I said 100 watts. Gee whiz. We take out that 5000 so I can demonstrate. It's about 20 watt. If we key it up, it's about a 50 watt. Hello, audio. So your dead key still in peak. About 50 watt. And we're about 3/4 of the way. That's a really good spot for it. But if you did want to carry it all the way, which we're now all the way down, should be about 75. Beautiful. So 75 watt dead key all the way, about 3/4 way, about 50 watt. I would run it about 3/4, maybe 5/8, 3/4. Get that 50 watt, maybe 40, 50 watt dead key. This box will run cool at 15 volts for you all day long. Maybe turn it down to 14.8 and let it roll. It's been a pleasure, man. Oh, I did want one other thing. We got that about 3/4 of the way. Let's turn my dead key. I'm going to turn the box off to demonstrate dead key. 2.64 watt dead key. Still no reflect. Still no reflect. 280 watts. You see that 280 watt dead key? When I turn my dead key up, so I turn my dead key back down, Turn the amp back off. 1.75 gets me about 100 watt dead key. Alright guys, TinMan, Rob, I enjoyed working on your amp for you, bud. I hope you don't have any more problems out of it. And hopefully you'll be 10.8 now. Have a good one, brother. Bye.